We got another roadmap video for Assassin's Creed Shadows revealing what will be coming to the game in the coming months. I have not watched the video yet, so let's do it together.
It's rusty. Okay, cool. We're starting. All right.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Simon here with yet another roadmap update for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now that most of you have been able to enjoy some quality time untangling the grasp of the Senzoku Ipa on the island of Awaji, and that all of you have been able to take Naoe's new bow staff for a whirl, we've been receiving some questions. Are you done with AC Shadows? Is that it? No! No, we're not.
Nice.
Far from it, in fact. We still have a bunch of goodies coming your way. So today we're going to take a look at everything you can expect until the holidays this year. Starting on October 28th, we're adding a new toggle.
Okay, wait. Of course, we see a lot of here. October 28th, so that is a few days from now. That's exciting. Parkour update 2. Eject. Okay.
We're adding a new toggle option called Advanced Parkour. This new option removes all parkour guardrails, which means you can do side ejects and back ejects from any heights.
Yeah, right now it's only 10 meter. Like, if you go above the 10 meters, you cannot jump down because it would actually do fall damage as well. You could, of course, still do the Egan roll, but yeah, if you don't have that yet, you would basically take fall damage. But now they're giving us the freedom again, which is exciting. This was what Simon already told me in the first parkour. Like, they always had the plan to do this, so it's awesome that yeah, they're now in the second parkour update are doing this,
allowing you to risk life and limb for death-defying parkour runs. The advanced parkour option also brings refined control for side ejects. First, performing a side eject with parkour up will allow you to either gain height, which remains unchanged since our first parkour update, but if it cannot find a decent landing spot, it will launch you sideways horizontally as far as possible without any height restriction. But here's the tweak. Performing a side eject with parkour down will send you downward at a sharp angle, generally much closer to your starting point, and you will never gain any height. It's a subtle change, but one that brings more freedom of expression, which I'm sure parkour aficionados around the world are going to appreciate. Now, for regular parkour, meaning this will work whether or not you have the advanced parkour option turned on, we are extending the context in which the vertical ledge grab is going to work to include non-standing objects. That means beams, lanterns, little poles, things of that nature. Another small, but...
Yeah, so right now you can only do it while running on, like, the flat ground. You, of course, would run. The faster you would run, like, the longer you would basically charge up your run, the further you could jump, and then you could immediately climb up, so you don't have to, like, climb up the wall, like, do a sort of wall run that we had to do first, which is nice. And now we can do it on the lanterns, the beams, the ropes as well. So yeah, more ways to utilize that jump, which is nice.
Impactful parkour addition. From those same non-standing objects, we are introducing a new manual jump option, which allows you to do some creative shortcuts while running along rooftops. Another way to refine parkour further. Now, careful, this is not a full manual jump. It only works from non-standing objects. And finally, we are reintroducing a much requested feature called the directional catch ledge mechanic. To catch a ledge, simply hold the left stick towards the nearest ledge and tap the parkour up button to catch that ledge and stop your character from falling. This works from any height, and it is particularly useful when combined with advanced parkour or over-eager grappling hook swings. October 28th is also when you can expect a new...
Okay, wait. Corrupted castles. Castles respawn feature greater foes and rewards. So yeah, the parkour stuff looks awesome. Obviously, yeah, not the manual jump that we're getting in Mirage, where you can actually press a button and Basim will jump. But still, from non-standing objects, that's awesome. So there's a lot of great stuff. Let me know, of course, what you think about it in the comments down below. Like, the parkour for Shadows, it will never... For me, I think it's awesome that they're doing it, because it shows that they care, and that they will hopefully take that with them to the next game, where they're hopefully creating the world with better parkour in mind. You really notice in Shadows that obviously they wanted to make a realistic feudal Japan world, and that means that there are not a lot of like options for parkour. We don't really have the dense urban environments where you can do that. Still, Naue, of course, super fast, really fun to play, and having these options is awesome. But what I always feel with parkour in Shadows is that I always have to look for spots where I can actually do these moves. We of course see that in this video as well. They kind of go to the same areas all the time because there are just not a lot of areas where you can actually use these features. Still awesome, again, but it's more that it makes me hopeful for the future that parkour will be a higher priority in the next games.
Themed activity.
And now, okay, corrupted castles. Let's lay it
Corrupted
on
castle.
me.
Any previously completed castle may get corrupted and filled with animus anomalies, including corrupted samurai daishos and their corresponding reward chests.
Ooh, okay, that's a really weird-looking chest.
Reward chests. Up to 5 corrupted castles will appear on the map each season, allowing you plenty of opportunities to re-engage those castles at higher levels.
Okay, so you get gold as well. That's of course like nice, having the two. I'm curious if a castle. Oh, I'm already thinking of things, but it's curious. Like, I'm curious if a castle with only 2 daisho has the same rewards as a castle with 5. Because what I would do already, if I think about it, what if you do a New Game Plus run where you only complete the castles that have like 1 or 2 daishos? So then every season, those are the only ones that are getting corrupted, and you can way better, faster farm this stuff. Of course, that's just thinking out loud. We'll have to wait and see if that actually matters, the amount of daisho. But this is awesome, and I thought that they were going to do this and that it would be tied to like the animus anomalies that we, or like the, yeah, basically the weekly missions that are now not weekly anymore, but appear 2 times per week. But seems like that it's just there always for us to engage with it. And yeah, apart from the season, or like as part of the season, I think it will be actually pretty challenging if you have 5 of these castles to complete them before the season ends. But we will have to wait and see. I'm really curious what the rewards are. Maybe they will talk about that.
Of play for even greater rewards. Now, what about free content drops?
Okay, so they are not saying what the rewards are. That is interesting.
Funding.
And how, like, we're not really seeing, like, obviously the character looks different and it has the sort of animus glitchy stuff, but what are the actual moves? It's gonna be fun to do this during streams and stuff, of course. So yeah, I'm excited for this. This is a fun new activity, I think.
Play for even greater rewards. Now, what about free content drops? Well, the next one is coming your way on November 25th, and it's called...
That's probably then the final update of the year, you would think. Free story drop, a free quest including new abilities for Naue and Yasuke, and an Isu puzzle, okay.
Puzzlement. This quest has a much more humorous, silly tone, much more akin to something like AC Odyssey, in which we are digging up old foes from Naue's past who are now looking for a bit of redemption. Naue and Yasuke will have to combine their efforts and patience to teach those 2 nitwits how to become Kakushibaiki, which also allows our 2 protagonists to learn new skills from each other. Naue will learn how to perform her own spectacular version of Yasuke's war kick ability, and Yasuke will learn how to stealthily dispatch enemies in a non-lethal way.
Oh, whoa. That is pretty awesome. Because, of course, right now you can only do the brutal assassination where it's like cutting the head off, yelling and stuff. But it makes sense that he can also do some silent things. Makes him more of a stealth character. That's actually pretty big. I mean, the war kick, it's fine, I guess. Yeah.
His war kick ability.
Looks kind of cool, though, her using her 2 feet. And, yeah, of course, will be fun to kick enemies off, like, high places, but...
will learn how to stealth.
That's huge.
Dispatch enemies in a non-lethal
way as well.
And you might finally be able to settle the debate as to who would win in a straight-up duel between our 2 protagonists.
A duel, huh?
One harmless match.
Duel!
And as the name...
Okay, that's awesome. But I hope that is replayable or something. Otherwise, I'm gonna make a save because you, of course, want to do the duel as those 2 characters. Let me know who you will pick. I would probably pick Naue because I think that would be the tougher challenge. I think as Yasuke, it will probably be easier to take out Naue. But we will see.
Implies a puzzlement also introduced a brand new and quite laborious environmental puzzle that may hold the answers to a bunch of questions that you The community have been asking us for a while.
You must be a little curious about what is behind the door.
A little.
But wait, there is more. We are doubling.
Okay, but that's overall awesome that they're finally introducing Izu stuff. I think it's still wild. Of course, they were teasing, are the Regalia's Izu artifacts? And no, they are not. So having the Izu wall... So I think it's wild launching an Assassin's Creed game, especially with so many titles in feudal Japan, that you're not doing Izu. Like, that's some of the... Like, that sets the franchise apart from those other games as well. But yes, better late than never, I guess. But I'm really curious. It seems like we have to work together. And, I mean, we have to get like an Izu armor or weapon. And hopefully it has some sort of crazy perk like we saw in Valhalla as well. So.
But wait, there is more. We are doubling down on the free story drops because our next special collaboration is also dropping on November 25th. Can't say too much for now because we don't want to spoil the surprise. But
so the rumors are, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it for the end of this video for if you are curious.
But let's just say that it's big.
Yeah, I think that is a pretty big tease for what the rumor is. I will talk about it for if you don't want to know it yet. I will talk about it at the end of the video.
Okay, let's recap things.
Oh, this is probably a hint as well.
Okay.
But I'm not like familiar with the franchise. But hey, let's go.
Let's recap things. New Game Plus, Progression Upgrade, and Claws of Awaji expansions are now live. We've got Parkour Update 2 and Corrupted Castle activity coming on October 28th. We've got no less than
greater foes and rewards. I'm really curious about the rewards for the Corrupted Castles.
2 new free story drops coming on November 25th.
Yeah, because of course, if it's like a collaboration, it means that yeah, you get the quest, but the collaboration, if it's like similar to the content we got with the Dead by Daylight, that was a pretty meaty quest, like 45 minutes. So that means we get quite some content there on the November 25th.
25th, one of them is a special collaboration. And you can also expect a whole bunch of freebies around the holiday season.
What?
Come on, guys. I'm trying to wrap up here. What you got there anyway?
What, this? It's Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, it's coming out on December 2nd, just in time for the holidays.
No way. And it has all the recent updates and free content drops and everything.
Except the Claws of Awaji expansion, which will come later in the new year.
There's no way this works with cross-progression to Ubisoft Connect, so I can pick up where I left off, right?
Yes, it will.
Cool.
I mean, that's the I think a really undersold feature, because I've been playing Shadows on the ROG LIX and now on the Xbox ROG, and yeah, being able to, without doing anything, immediately pick up your lost save is pretty wild.
Nope, get your own, dude.
Maya, come on, I'll paint your house.
So yeah, December 2nd for Switch 2. And goodies during Christmas, so maybe a new project or just some free rewards. I mean, that's fine. It's quite a lot of content. It's not the same level as we saw for what Valhalla got during at the end of the first year. That was the crossover stories, obviously, but that also came out that was like really 12 months after launch. Yeah, with of course the 3 hours with Cassandra coming, and then in Odyssey we had 3 hours of new content too. But there's still quite a lot. I think it really depends on how cool the Corrupted Castles are. If it's like actual, if it really takes some time to get really fun rewards, that will be a lot of fun. And then yeah, I do think the 3 missions on November 25th will be fun as well. And pretty cool way to end the year, I would say. Nothing like, oh my god, insane. Like the Izu puzzle, it kind of also depends on what it will be like. But it's at least awesome that they're doing something like that. I'm really curious to hear what you think. Yeah, I'm wearing a different shirt. I had a different outro, but I forgot to tell you about the collaboration. So let's do that now. I also have a main channel video up, so you can check that out with even more stuff that is coming to the game that they did not talk about in this post-launch video. Link to that in the pinned comment. If you want to know what the collab is, then stick around. Of course, subscribe to JorRaptor and the main channel. And Well, according to rumors, and this from Ipsarp, who has been looking into the game files, it's gonna be Attack on Titan related. So that's probably the big reference from Simon, I would think. But yeah, I think that could be pretty cool. So that's going to be another new mission, and likely a Helix pack, like we saw with Dead by Daylight, etc. So yeah, that's it. Check out my main channel video, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.